Target 8 is holding school officials accountable after uncovering new documents showing how they tried to keep quiet a teacher's sexual relationship with a student.
We got on the story first in early April, confirming that Saranac High School teacher Krag Sanford had an affair in 2010 with a 16-year-old student. Days later, we learned that the school had known about that affair, but let Sanford go with pay and without a mention in his record. The 59-year-old's now facing criminal charges, and the girl is pregnant.
Throughout this whole process, we've wanted to know who knew what, when.
24 Hour News 8's Crystal Hilliard dug up Sanford's personnel file and found out the school was trying to keep the whole thing quiet.
Brian, this is a letter the school district sent home to parents last week. In it, they claim to have began contact with law enforcement 6 weeks after Krag Sanford left the district. However, we got a hold of his personnel file today and uncovered that's not the whole story. The memos date back to October 2010. That's the first record of Saranac School District wanting to get rid of Krag Sanford. He was on medical leave at the time. No talk of a sexual relationship with the student, but the superintendent at the time wrote, "We have been able to keep knowledge of this very quiet and would like to continue to do so. But why keep it quiet?" We took that question straight to the woman who wrote it, former Superintendent Jeanette Adams. In the personnel file, it has some things that I wanted to follow up with you on, like why you insisted on keeping this quiet.
Before you shoot that question.
Adams' husband insisted we put the camera down, but she told us the only comment she'd make is that the current superintendent has already issued a statement. Just weeks after the Keep It Quiet memo, the board unanimously approved a separation agreement with Sanford, even paying him the remainder of his contract. Adams referenced rumors about Sanford in a memo, and then in December 2010, we started asking questions. She wrote, "Channel 8 is the only station or news outlet currently asking about this, but if they decide at any point that this really is a story and include it on the news, I'm sure others will be contacting me in force." Almost a year later, Sanford turned himself in on criminal charges. A judge ordered him to no longer make contact with the victim. But take a look at this letter we found from that 17-year-old girl to the judge. She wrote, "I am roughly 8 weeks pregnant with Krag Sanford's child. It is a higher risk pregnancy. I need to have contact with him." We also got a hold of 2 doctor's notes in the court file backing up her story. One of which read, "The patient would benefit from a physical contact with the father of the baby for emotional support." Now, the judge has denied that request, and as we've reported, Sanford was working as a substitute teacher when the charges surfaced. We contacted a lawyer about the school district's legal obligations to inform other districts of those allegations. He told us, under the law, Saranac Public Schools was not obligated to say anything to his potential employers. I'm Crystal Hilliard, Target 8.